This video is about McDonald's, Mickey D's, the Golden Arches, whatever you may call it, and how much waste it actually generates, and how it is terrible for the environment no matter how happy the meals are, and no matter how happy they may make you. Now, the trash does not only connect to the physical trash you're throwing away in the store, but the gross misuse of resources. Grain is fed to the cattle in South American countries to produce the meat in McDonald's hamburgers. Cattle consume 10 times the amount of grain and soy that humans do. 1 calorie of beef demands 10 calories of grain. Of the 145 million tons of grain and soy fed to livestock, only 21 million tons of meat and byproducts are used. The waste is 124 million tons per year at a value of $20 billion US. It has been calculated that this sum would feed, clothe, and house the world's entire population for an entire year. Also, McDonald's is one of the many U.S. corporations using lethal poisons to destroy vast areas of Central American rainforests to create grazing pastures for cattle to be sent back to the States as burgers and pet food, and to provide fat food packaging materials. Now, don't be fooled by McDonald's saying that they use recycled paper. Only a tiny percent of it is. The truth is, it takes 800 square miles of forest just to keep them supplied with paper for 1 year. Tons of this end up littering the cities of developed countries. Not only are McDonald's and many other corporations contributing to a major ecological catastrophe, they are forcing the tribal peoples in the rainforests off their ancestral territories where they have lived peacefully without damaging their environment for thousands of years. This is a typical example of the arrogance and viciousness of multinational companies in their endless search for more and more profit. So it's no exaggeration to say that when you bite into a Big Mac, you're helping the McDonald's empire to wreck this planet. Even if they like eating them, most people recognize that processed burgers and synthetic chips served up in a paper and plastic container is junk food. McDonald's prefers the name fast food. This is not just because it is manufactured and served up as quickly as possible. It has to be eaten quickly, too. It's a sign of the junk quality of Big Macs that people actually hold competitions to see who can eat one in the shortest time. Chewing is essential for good health, and it promotes the flow of digestive juices which break down the food and send nutrients into the blood. McDonald's food is so lacking in bulk, it is hardly possible to chew it. Even their own figures show that a quarter pounder is 48% water. This sort of fake food encourages overeating, and the high sugar and sodium content can make people develop a kind of addiction, or a craving, which means more profit for McDonald's.
On average, McDonald's serves up to 69 million customers per day in over 100 countries. McDonald's claims that by 2020, they want 50% of their trash they throw away to be recycled. According to a newspaper headline, it reads, "McDonald's waste makes up the largest proportion of fast food litter on the streets." If McDonald's is so driven toward being green, why are they producing the most street trash? In the article by The Telegraph, it states that in an effort to keep Britain tidy, they looked at litter in 10 cities in a span of 2 days, and found that behind cigarettes, fast food trash was the second highest, and McDonald's made up 29% of it. If in reality 80% of all trash is recyclable, why is McDonald's not making a larger effort to do their part? In another environmental experiment in the city of Birmingham, McDonald's produced about 41% of the fast food waste. Although McDonald's has made some progress in being more eco-friendly, the trash produced has gotten worse. About 20 years ago, McDonald's patties came in packaged polystyrene. It takes approximately 900 years for this specific chemical to break down in a landfill. Now they package them in cardboard boxes. Even though this is better, with the amount of Big Macs sold, which is around 17 every second, it still has a big impact because it is so much.
There are a couple of reports that estimate that food service operations waste between 4% and 10% of food before it even reaches the consumer, with large fast food chains tending toward the very low end of this, around 3% to 5%. Additionally, an estimated 17% of food is left uneaten by diners and restaurants. But again, McDonald's tends to have lower plate waste. I have no idea how much lower, but since we're just unscientifically ballparking, let's just say it's around 10% to 15%. Of course, those statistics for total percent of food wasted and different foods are wasted at different rates. For example, fruits in fast food operations is wasted at a much higher rate, but of course only a proportionally very small amount of fruit is coming into any store. French fries are often flagged as a particularly problematic item for excessive waste, as McDonald's has a 7-minute limit for how long they can sit. That said, meat waste percents generally more or less tend to trend a little bit lower than overall food wastes percent for any given type of food seller. Now, hearing just how bad McDonald's is and in how much waste it produces, listen to their values in action and mission. And I quote, "Our journey together for good. From the start, we've been committed to doing the right thing, and we've got the policies, programs, and practices in place that allow us to use our size and scope to help make a difference, because what's good for us is good for all of us." Every day, all around the globe, McDonald's is putting people, processes, and practices into place to make better food, more sustainable sourcing, happier people, a stronger community, and a healthier planet. We provide good food, offering even more balanced choices and finding better ways to share nutrition information with our customers, good sourcing, which provide our customers with great tasting, high quality, safe, affordable, and increasingly more sustainable food is a big responsibility, a good planet, which we have a responsibility to take meaningful action as environmental stewards, and good people, providing opportunities to grow and develop with employees, franchises, suppliers, and customers." End quote. Now, does this really sound true?